Hi, Bob K with Biker Pros again. Just been having a good old time here at the Harley-Davidson Ride-In Show in Sturgis. Last night I was running around over at the Broken Spoke and ran into Neil from North Dakota in this beautiful 48 pin, I think it was, with a side hack on it. And that is the original Harley side hack. Gorgeous bike. Neil and I talked a little bit last night and he decided to come over to the Ride-In Show. You know, I can go on and on. This bike looks pretty correct and perfect. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the construction and the process you had? Was it kind of nice like this, or did you have a little work to do when you got it?
This was pretty much a basket case. I had to go through the frame, refix the frame. Cases were cracked, weld those up. Pretty much a total rebuild on everything. The sidecar, I just restored that this winter, and it was fun, a different learning experience, that's for sure.
Well, you know, as we were talking, I mean, I have a steel body side hack I've been playing with, and there's a lot of work, and this thing is flawless, running down, looking at the lines of the body. I'm sure you spent a lot of time. I also like the aspect of the correctness, the period correctness and everything. How does this ride and handle down the road with the pan?
They make it work pretty hard, but Panhead will still pull it. I had to gear it down a little bit, but I can still get 70 miles an hour out of it, so it'll run down the road, and it works pretty good, and passengers really enjoy it, I guess. So.
Yeah, I know. I used to run up to Laconia when my father couldn't ride anymore. We'd stick him in the side hack, give him a cigar and a beer, and he just had a good time all weekend. So I know if you haven't ridden in a side hack, it's really kind of a fun thing to do. You know, riding a side hack's a little different from a motorcycle. I always tell people it's more like driving rather than, you know, riding the bike and leaning in it. Tell people a little bit about what it's like and what are some of the considerations of tooling around in a side hack as opposed to a motorcycle.
Well, it's a lot wider. You can't get into most places. The wind really affects it quite a bit. It gives you a fairly good upper body workout on, you know, after 100 miles or so. But all in all, it changes the geometry of the motorcycle quite a bit and changes the handling. It's just like you said, you don't ride the motorcycle, you're driving it now, and when you make a sharp turn, it feels like you could almost tip over, so I'm sure you could if you tried hard enough.
Yeah, it just takes a little getting used to. Like anything, we've talked with some of the women riders today and the newer riders. Take your time. You know, motorcycling is something to really enjoy. There's a lot of experiences we have a lot of trikes going out now, the side hacks, going up to bigger, better bikes. It's all about enjoyment, taking your time. Speaking of enjoyment, Sturgis has been pretty nice this year. We've had some good weather, a lot of things going on. Really great to have you at the Ride-In Show. Have you had a chance to walk around and look at some of the other entries today?
Yeah, I did. There's a lot of nice bikes here. The classics are real nice, and just customs. The work's really nice on a lot of the bikes here, and there's a lot of time, a lot of effort goes into that. So it's nice to see that people appreciate the work that you do, and I really appreciate, you know, the other people's work. So.
Well, that's a good point, you know, and what's one of the nice parts of the Harley-Davidson Ride-In shows is the different flexibility and the diversity that we see in motorcycles. You know, a few years ago it was kind of based off a lot of the stock bikes, but with the tradition and heritage of Harley, with these fine classics from 1948 to 84, we got the pre-48 antiques, of course the newer Softails and Diners, and there's baggers everywhere, from our full bagger class to the blown out dressers. Really a lot of great bikes to see here. I know there's a lot going on, like I've told everybody else. Appreciate you taking the time to share this, you know, beautiful restoration and just really nice motorcycle that's a little bit of the heritage. So thanks a lot, Neil. It's good to see you again.
Okay, really appreciate your time and having fun.